Amy, do you know what time it is?
Spooky time.
It's spooky time. It's story time. Amy, this is a story that I have heard my whole life. I heard this story when I was a little kid. My dad told it to me. Yeah. And just recently, Aunt Mary Lou told it to us.
A real person, Aunt Mary Lou.
Who lived in this area.
Yep.
We are in Russellville, Kentucky. We are just on the side of the road here by the Maple Grove Cemetery. And we have come to see the Sexton house, which is just behind us right over there. And we're going to tell you the story. This is the Sexton house, located right in the middle of Russellville, Kentucky. This house was built in the late 1800s, and this story takes place right around the turn of the century. The names of those involved are lost to history as the story has become a local legend.
It's of a young lady, maybe a teenager, and she had been asked out on a date by a local boy, and she really wanted to go. The girl asked her parents for permission. That night, there was a terrible storm outside, and her parents did not allow her to go on the date. When she realized she couldn't go out on the date, she went upstairs to the tower and decided to take a bath. And I'm sure she cried and cried. She was very upset.
As the tale goes, when she was done with her bath, with the storm raging outside, she lashed out in anger and cursed God, calling him a terrible name.
At that moment, lightning struck the house and went through the window and killed the girl. Legend says that the lightning also left an image of the girl in the glass of the window, like a photograph.
Naturally, this caused a local stir, and many people came to see the window for themselves, some saying it was only visible at night or during a storm. One story claims that the grief-stricken parents replaced the glass, but the image of the girl just came back anyway.
After a while, they decided to paint over the window, and that is the way it is to this day.
There is a stand-up profile of a person in the side window on the tower, perhaps an homage to the story of the girl, but the front window remains painted over, even though the paint seems to be wearing away. This is the kind of story that gets handed down and becomes a cautionary tale told to children. I heard it all my life. Of course, we know that God would not get his feelings hurt by angry teenagers. I think the Creator is much more secure than that.
But is there any sliver of truth to this story of the girl in the window? Perhaps a freak accident that has been told and retold.
The paint is peeling, but the legend remains on a quiet little corner by a graveyard in Kentucky.
I promise you, Chris, I was staring at the outline, the one that you think is fake.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fake. If you stare at it for a while, it looks like it's starting to look at you. Like it was the profile.
Yeah.
And then I'm not kidding around. It was like straight, and then it was looking at me straight on.
Well, that's the story of the Sexton house here in Russellville, Kentucky. The only thing left to say is show the spooky cats.